Hi everyone, very good evening and welcome back to Geeks for Geeks practice. Guys, please give me a +1 in the chat if my voice is clearly audible to everyone and everything is working fine. Then we will discuss the problem of the day, that is for yesterday, lemonade change. Okay, this problem is really interesting and it is kind of a greedy problem, you can say. So I'll just quickly share my screen so that we can start discussing this particular problem, guys, and you can hit the like button if everything is working fine for you. All right. Hi, Vanshika Kapoor, and hi, Rishit, and hi to Tejas as well. Okay. So yeah, guys. What I will do is I'll just open the lemonade problem, right? Lemonade change problem, and then we will start discussing it. All right. Hi, Aman Shivashto. Hi, Mahesh. Guys, you can boost the session by giving us by hitting the like button for us. Okay. So yeah, just a second. I'll increase the font for all of us. Okay. So forget about the code as of now. Right. Forget about the code as of now. Now, what we need to do here is the problem says that you are owner of a lemonade island. Okay, so basically, let's say this person is selling lemons, and each lemon is costing how much dollars? Each lemon is costing $5, right? So you are going to sell the lemons, and each lemon is costing $5, so you can say 5 rupees, right? So this is the cost of one lemon, right? Then after that, it says that the customer are standing in a queue to buy from you and order one at a time. Okay, so customers are ordering one at a time, so each customer will buy only buy one lemonade and pay with either, every customer is going to buy one lemonade. Okay, so every customer is going to buy one lemonade, and they are either going to give you 5 rupee note, $5 note, or $10 note, or $20 note. Okay, so when a person buys, right, so they are going to buy by giving you either a $5 note, okay, or they will give you a $10 note. In case if they give you $10 note, so can I say that you have to return the $5, right? You have to return $5. In case if they give you what, if they give you the $20 note, okay, then in that case how much you have to return? Anybody can tell me? If they give you $20 note and buy one lemonade, that is what is stated in the problem, then in that case you have to return how many dollars? You have to return $15, right? So for returning $15, either you can do what, either you can return $5, $5, three times. Okay, or what you can do is you can return a $10 note and then you can return a $5 note. Please write yes in the chat. Is this case clear? When they give you 5 rupee $5 note, then you have to return zero, right? Then you have to return nothing. When a customer gives you $10 note, then you have to return $5. When a customer gives you $20 note, okay, then in that case you have to return $15. So for returning $15, either you can return in the form of 5 plus 5 plus 5, or you can return in the form of 10 plus 5. So $10 note and then a $5 note. So is this much part clear to everyone, guys? Please tell me and hit the like button if this much part is clear, right? Please hit the like button if you are clear till this much part, and please give me a +1 in the chat. Is this much part clear to all of you, Mahesh and Tejas and everybody else also? Guys, is this much part clear to all of us till now? All right, Mahesh is saying yes. What about others? Others are also clear? Okay, you're clear with this point? Very good. Now moving on, it says that you must provide the correct change to each customer so that net transaction is $5. So basically it says that you should do the transactions mathematically. Then at the first, you don't have any bill, and you don't have any coins, or you don't have any rupees with you, and you can provide the changes from the bills that you get. Okay, so you don't have any money with you already, right? Let's say if we go to the counters, right, if we go to some of the shops, then you must have seen that they have this thing that is known as galla. So they have inside their galla they have compartments, right? So they have this 1 rupee coins together, then they have this 5 rupee coins together, then they have this 10 rupee coins together. Have you seen it, right? So similarly here as well, this thing, when you will be collecting the money one by one, so you will bifurcate that. Okay, now it says that given this array bills, where bill of I is the amount that is paid by the ith customer, and overall, if you are able to deal with every customer, right, if you are able to satisfy every customer, if you are able to return the change, or if you are able to deal with every customer, then you have to return a true, otherwise you have to return a false. Okay, if you are able to return the change to every person, if you are able to give a lemonade to every person and able to return the change, if in case they have, you have to return that. If they are giving you $10 or $20, if you are able to return the dollars, if you are able to return the exact money that is required, then in that case for every person, if you are able to ultimately return, then you have to return true, otherwise you have to return false. Is this much part clear to everyone? Please write yes in the chat, and then I will proceed further with the next thing. Okay, is this much part clear to all of you? Right. So in this case, suppose we have an array where we have 5, then we have 5, then we have 5 again, and after this what we get is we have 10, and then we have 20. Okay, so if these things, if these dollars are given one by one, so I will have what? I will have a 5, I'll have a variable 5 which will like I will have a variable 5 which will consist, which will count the number of 5s. Initially I'll mark it as 0. Okay, and then what I will do is I'll have a variable, let's say tens or 10, I can say. Initially I'll mark it as 0, right? How many $10 note I'm having, right? Because I have to always return in terms of 5 or $10. Are you getting? Because suppose if I get 5 dollar note, right? So then I have to return what? I have to return 0 rupees, $0, right? If I get $10 note, then how much I have to return? I have to return $5, right? So I need to keep a track of the $5. Then after that, if I have to return 15, like if see, if I get $20, right? Suppose that somebody gives me $20, guys. Okay, so when somebody gives me $20, then in that case, how much I have to return? I have to return 15, right? So if I have to return 15, then either what I can do is either I can return 15 as 10 plus 5, or I can return it as 5 plus 5 plus 5. Please write yes in the chat. Plus 1. If you're clear till this point, right? Then I will proceed further. So basically, it indicates that I don't need to store the number of 20s here, right? Because it is not required, and I only need to store two things. That is the number of fives here, because you can see number of fives I need to know here, here, and number of tens also I need to know, right? Because 10 plus 5 is another combination that I might be returning. Is that clear to everyone, guys? Okay, so this much point is clear to all of you. Very good. Now moving on to the next part. So when I'll come to this guy, right? Suppose that I come to this particular guy. So when I come to this guy, so if somebody is buying one lemonade and he's paying me 5 rupees, so I need to return 0. So I'll say that, okay, I'll count the number of fives, I'll increase it by 1. Okay, and I'll move forward because I don't want to return anything now. When I'll come here, then I can say that, okay, this guy is having 5. Okay, so again, I don't need to return anything, so I'll just increase the number of fives because he has bought a lemonade. Then after that, I come to the next guy, and when I come to the next guy, so the next guy is having 5. So this guy is also able to buy and I don't have to return anything. So the number of fives up till now has become nothing but 3. Okay, then after that, when I will move forward, so when I move to 10, okay, so when I move to 10, so I need to return how many? I need to return $5, right? So I need to return $5. So I have three $5. Okay, so I have. Can I say that it is possible? Yes, this is also possible, because if somebody is giving me $10, right? So I have to return what? I have to return $5, and I have three $5, three notes of $5. So yes, it is possible. Please write yes in the chat. So in this case, it is possible, and I'll say that, okay, I can do this, and the number of tens will increase by 1. So I'll increase the number of tens by 1, so 10 will become 1. Okay, and then after that, what will happen? I'll decrease the one of the fives, because one of the fives I'll be using to return, so the number of fives will become 2. Please write f minus points in the chat, right? The number of fives will reduce by 1. Please write f minus points in the chat, guys. Are you getting my point? In the number of fives before this element was, before I reached 10, was 3, but now since I have written one of the $5 notes, so that is why the number of fives will become will get reduced by 1, so it will become 2 in this case, right? Manish is saying f minus minus. I hope that other people are also pretty much clear with this. If you're clear till now, then you can acknowledge this fact by writing f minus minus and clear in the chat as well. All right, guys, very good. Next, after this, what happens? I move to the next guy, right? I move to the next guy. So when I move to the next guy now, so you can observe one thing, that when I move to this 20, okay, suppose that when I move to this 20, then what happens is I have to return what? I have to return $15, right? So either I can return in the form of 10 plus 5, or I can return in the form of 5 plus 5 plus 5. So in this case, what can I do? First of all, like, see, there are two options, right? Please write 2 in the chat. There are two options. Either I can return as 10 plus 5, or I can return at 5 as 5 plus 5. So what is the better option? Can you tell me? Like, if you will think in a greedy manner, right? If you will think in a greedy manner, so think about the future also. You have to think about the future scenario also, right? So what will be better, guys? Please tell me which combination returning will be better. If suppose both the combinations are available to me, then which combination should I return so that in future also I can cater more and more clients, so that I can deal with more and more customers? Which one would be better for us? The better one would be 10 plus 5, right? 10 plus 5 is a better option. Why? Because suppose that what will happen is, if you will understand this thing, right? Suppose that you have the number of fives. Okay, suppose that you are having five, like suppose that you are having four number of fives. Okay, suppose that you are having four number of fives, and the current customer is 20. So you have to do what? You have to return how much? You have to return 15. And suppose that you are having 10 also, right? So tens you are having let's say 110. Okay, so in this case now what will happen is, I know that you see, if you will do what, guys, understand one thing. If you will if you end up, right, if you end up returning 15 in the form of three coins, right? So $3 right? So in that case this will be reduced to one. And then suppose in future you get 10 and then you get another 10. Then in that case you will be able to return one more $5 dollar here, right? Because you have to return five here. So you'll be able to return one more five here. Then the number of fives will reduce to zero. And then when you will come to this guy now, then you will not be able to return. Please write yes in the chat. Then you will not be able to return, right? Then you will fail in this case. You will fail to return. You will say that no bro, I don't have a change and I cannot return the money to you. Please write yes in the chat. Are you agreeing with me? So that is why we are at a loss here, because suppose in future if we get if somebody gives us 10 rupee 10 $10 coins, then we are at a loss. Why we are at a loss? Because if you end up giving in five, so if you gave three coins here, right? If you keep if you gave three notes here and one note of $5 here, right? Then after that you can see that when we will get this $10 note now, then we will not be able to return, because we still want to return five rupee note, $5 note. But still we will not be able to return, because now we have already spent three notes here and one note here. So we are left with zero notes. So in that case we will fail to do it, and our algorithm will fail. And we don't want to do this, right? So that is why what is better, like what is better in terms of future perspective. So you can see that 10 is used only in one scenario, when you have to develop 15. So that is why you will do what, when you have this as 4 now. So what you will do is you will give this 15 in the format of 10 plus 5. Okay, so one of the tens will get reduced and one of the five will get reduced, so this will become 3. Okay, then you can easily cater this guy also, right? So you can easily cater this guy. So one of the fives will get removed because you need one five. So now this will become two fives. Okay, then after that for this guy also you need to cater, so you can simply return 5 here as well because you have two fives. So this will become 1. So that is how we will be able to cater this case, and you can say that this case we can return a true. Is that clear? So basically we will, first of all, when we have to return 15, then we will try to see whether we have 10 plus 5 combination or not. If not, then we will see that if we have 5 plus 5 plus 5 combination or not. Okay, is that clear? Please write +1 in the chat or clear in the chat if this particular idea is clear to everyone, right? Guys, please tell me if this idea is clear. And if it is clear, so please hit the like button. This is the main thing, right? So we have to think in the greedy approach, right? In terms of greedy approach, we have to think, right? That is the main thing. And we have to basically think for the future perspective also. So we have to save 5, right? Please write S5 in the chat. We have to do what? We have to save the $5 note, right? $5 note. That is the main criteria here. Is that clear to everyone? Then I'll proceed further with the rest of the things, right? So Tejas is clear with it. Very good. Okay, so when you will reach here, so what you will do is, when you have to return 15 here, so you will take one of the 10, so it will become 0, and one of the 5, so it will become 1. And then you end up the iteration, right? So you can say that yes, you have yes, you were able to cater everybody, and you will return a true. When you reach the end of the array, then you will return true. Okay, if you reach the end of the array and you are never facing any trouble in returning the changes, then you will return true. Otherwise, in between, if you are stuck, then you will return false. Is that clear to everyone, guys? Please tell me. Then I will proceed further to the coding part of the things as well. Okay, and there is one more test case. If you want, I can try it for you as well. Okay, right? So yeah, there is this test case, so I'll just try it up for you, right? So in this test case, let's say you have 5. Okay, then you have 5 again, and after that you have, let's say, 10 here, then you have 10 here, and then what you have is you have 20 here, right? So suppose this particular test case has been given to all of us, right? So in this particular case, what we will do is, first of all, we'll count the number of we'll keep a variable for counting the number of fives, and we'll keep a variable for counting the number of tens. So initially we'll mark it as 0. Then I come to this particular guy. So this particular guy is giving me 5 for one laminate, so I'll be happy and I'll increase the fives by 1, and I don't need to return any change. Then I'll go to the next guy. So when I go to this guy is also 5. So for this guy also, I can say that I can simply increase it by 1, because I have got two $5 notes. Then I come here, so I can say that I have to return 5. So that is why I'll reduce one of the fives by and now the notes, one of the notes is only left with me. Then I come here and I can say that yes, I have to pay it again. So the $5 dollar notes is now 0. And then when I come here, So either I could have done what? I could have done 10 plus 5 format, okay, or I could have done 5 plus 5 plus 5. So if either of the cases, like first of all, I'll check, right? I will check if the number of, if it happens that the number of tens, right, if it is greater than equal to 1, and it happens that the number of 5 is greater or equal to 1. If that is the case, then I would have done 10 minus minus and 5 minus minus. But that is not true. So this is actually not true. So this condition is not validated here. Okay, then else if I would have checked that if the number of fives is greater than equal to 3. Okay, because if I have three fives or more, three or more number of fives, then also I would have been able to return the change as 15. So still I am not able to do it because the fives is not greater or equal to 3, the number of fives that I currently have. So that is why I will fail on this case. So that is why immediately I'll return false. Please write false in the chat, guys, or F in the chat if this test case is also clear to everyone. Is this particular test case also clear? If you're clear, so please acknowledge the clarity by hitting the like button if you haven't already, and please write CLR in the chat or +1 in the chat if you're clear till now. Okay, can you take the test case, this one? Yeah, I will try to take it as well for you. Don't worry on this part. Okay, I'll take one more test case, Rishit. Right, so yeah, let's talk about Rishit's test case. Right, so Rishit is saying that if I will take 5, then I will take 5. Okay, then I will take 5, and then I will take 10, and then I will take 5, and then I take 20, and then I take 20. Okay, so for this particular test case, initially I'll say that the number of fives is initially 0 and the number of tens is initially 0. Okay, then after that what I will do is I'll move to this particular guy. So I'll increase the 5 by 1, so it increases to 1. Then I go to this guy, 5 increases by 1 more. Then I go to this guy, 5 increases by 1 more, so it increases to basically 3. So the number of fives that has now got updated is nothing but 3. Then we move to the next guy, so we move to this guy. So when we move to 10, so we have to spend one 5 rupee note, so we can say that the number of fives will become 2. Okay, then when we move to this guy, then it will become what? It will become nothing but 3. Okay, then after that when I move to the next scenario, so I'll go to this place. So when I go here, so I check, right, when I go to 20, so I check is there at least, if the number of tens is greater or equal to 1, and the number of fives is greater or equal to 1. Okay, if I have at least one 10 and one 5, then I can make a combination of 10 plus 5. Okay, but that is not possible here. Okay, that is not possible here. Okay, so if that is not possible, so I'll check that else if it happens that the number of fives is greater or equal to 3. So is it greater or equal to 3? Yes. So this means that I can have the combination of 5 plus 5 plus 5. So for this case it will be possible. So I will return I will return 5 plus 5 plus 5 for this case, and then the number of fives will reduce by 3, so it will become 0. Yeah, 10 rupee note, yeah, we have it. So we okay, sorry Rishit, yeah, we have the 10 rupee note. No, sorry. So yeah, 10 is 1 and 5 is 5. 5 is occurring 3 times. Very sorry. Yeah, 5 is occurring 3 times. So in this case, since we have the note now, so since 10 is occurring for us, so what we can do is we can do it as 10 plus 5. Sorry. So this case will be valid. Sorry guys, 10 is 1. Yeah. So I will be able to handle it. So 10 plus 5 I can return. Okay, so when you will return it, so 10 will decrease to 0, and then the number of fives will decrease to 2. Okay, now at the end you have two fives remaining with you. Okay, and you want how many fives? Like if you will see here, so you either want a 10 plus 5 or you want a 5 plus 5 plus 5. So 10 plus 5 is not possible because 10 is 0 and number of fives is what? 2. So 10 plus 5 is not possible, right? Then we check whether 5 plus 5 is possible. No, the number of fives is not greater or equal to 3. So that is why we will return a false for this particular test case, because at this point it will not be possible. Is it clear to everyone? Please write +1 in the chat, guys. Sorry for the mistake. Yeah. So is this clear? So still will write false for this particular test case. If you're clear, please hit the like button. If you're clear with this test case, right? So we'll return a false here also. Even after being greedy, we could not do the job for ourselves. Okay, Mahesh is also clear. Is Vanshika clear? Is Aman clear? And other people also, Naikaj and Shreya and Tejas. Everyone clear with this? Very good. Now let's move on to the coding part, coding side of the thing. So I'll just copy this code and I'll just show you here. Okay, just give me a second. So we have the GFG ID open here. So just give me a second. And what I will do here is I'll open this thing up, and then what I will do is, see, initially what we will do here is we will have the number of fives initially initialized as 0. Okay, then we will have the number of tens initially initialized as 0. Then we will iterate through all the elements. So let's say if you want to iterate, so I can iterate in a different format also, like you can say int I starts from 0, or yeah, I is less than what, builds dot size, right? BILLS dot size, yeah. and then I will do I plus plus here. So what we will do is, if it happens that the bills of I, if the ith bill is equal to 5, then I will just increase the 5 value. Is that clear to everyone? Please write yes in the chat. Is this part clear to everyone? If the person is paying me $5, right, then I'll be very happy and I'll just increase the 5. Please write +1 in the chat for this if statement, right? Is it clear to everybody, right? Otherwise, if suppose so in that case I'll just increase the 5. Otherwise, suppose if the ith bill is 10, okay, if the bill is 10, then I will check that if the number of fives is greater or equal to 1, okay, if the bill is of 10 rupees, okay, of $10, if somebody is giving me $10, then I will check that whether I'm able to return or not. So if somebody gives me $10, so I will check that at least I have one or more five or not, okay. So if the amount of 5 rupee notes, if it is greater or equal to 1, then I will reduce one of the 5 rupee notes and I'll increase the 10 rupee notes, okay, in this circumstance. Otherwise, if I don't have one or more 5 rupee notes, then I will return false. Is this test case also clear? Is this else if also clear? Please write +1 in the chat. Everyone is clear with this also? If you get a 10 rupee note, so if you get a 10 rupee note, if you get a $10 note, so if the number of $5 note is one or more, then you can always return and you can say that $5 note will reduce by one and $10 note will increase by one. Otherwise, what you're going to say is, if that is not possible, if you don't have a $5 note, then you will return false. Is that clear, guys, till now? Please write yes in the chat, and then I will proceed further for the last test case as well. Okay, Tejas is clear. What about other people? Others are also pretty much clear till now. All right. Very good, guys. Now, after that, the last test case is when we will get 20 rupee note. Okay, so the moment we get a 20 rupee note, then what are we going to do? So the moment we get a 20 rupee note, in that case, first of all, we are going to try for the combination that is nothing but 10 plus 5. Okay, we'll try to get the 10 plus 5 because we'll try to be greedy in nature. Please write G in the chat. So first of all, we'll see that whether we have one 10 at least and one 5 or not. So if the number of tens is greater or equal to 1 and if the number of 5 is greater or equal to 1, then in that case we can say that we can pay it and the tens will reduce by 1 and the 5 will reduce by 1 because we are using one 10 rupee note and one 5 rupee note, okay. Otherwise, what we can say is, else if the number of fives is greater or equal to 3, okay, so if it is greater or equal to 3, so in that particular case, what we need to do here is we need to otherwise, if we don't have a 10 plus 5 combination, but if we have a 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 combination, okay, so in that case we'll say the, sorry, 5 plus 5 plus 5 combination for giving 15 rupees. So in that case, what we will do is we'll decrease the fives, three notes from three $5 notes, and otherwise, if it is not possible, so we'll return false. Is that clear? And then in the end, if after the loop is over, whole loop is over, then we'll just return a true, indicating that it was possible. If we reach the end of the array and we never return a false, then we can simply say that yes, it is possible, and we'll return a true. Is this part clear to everyone? Please hit the like button, give me a +1 in the chat, guys, if you are clear with this particular perspective of the problem, right? Is it clear to all of you guys? I'll just quickly share the submission link here. Okay, so yeah, this is the submission that I have done. Okay, so basically this problem was basically based on the frequency side of things, right? So basically you had to keep a track of the frequency, and I hope that you are clear with this problem. Basically it was based on the greedy approach, right? So the approach was greedy, right? Why it was greedy approach? Because when you get 15, then you should try for the 10 plus 5 combination, and if that is not possible, then after that you should try for the 5 plus 5 combination. So this will be the first priority that you will give, and this will be the second priority, right? Because you will try to save the fives, because if you get 10, so returning 5 is important. So this is how the problem goes, and the time complexity of my approach, since I'm running a loop throughout the array, so that will be order of n, and the space complexity of my approach is going to be nothing but order of 1, guys, because I'm not taking any extra space, I'm just taking variables, so the space complexity is going to be constant in nature. I hope that you have understood this problem clearly. So if you have understood it, please make sure to hit the like button if you are watching the recording, or if you are even watching the live right now, and make sure to comment down understood if you have understood it completely, or you can comment down clear as well, right? Whatever you feel like. If you have understood it, if you feel that this video was helpful, then please make sure to comment down understood or clear after the video is over, and also share this video with your friends, guys. Okay, and with that being said, that's it for today's problem of the day. I hope that you enjoyed everything. So Shreya is saying thanks a lot, Shreya. Thanks a lot, Tejas. Thanks a lot, Aman. Thanks a lot, uh, to Vanchika as well, and thanks a lot to Ishit as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the problem, right? I also enjoyed it a lot, and it was a quite easy problem. But yes, the main thing is that how you implement it. Okay, so it was more of an implementation and a greedy approach problem. So it can be asked in as a question one in any online assessment, or as the very first question in interview also. So that is how it is. Thanks a lot for joining, and please make sure to hit the like button before you leave this video, and comment down understood after the video is over. And I'll see you next week with another set of problems, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as always. So I'll see you on the next Tuesday night. Thanks a lot everyone for joining, and keep coding, guys. Keep solving the problem of the day, keep hustling, and have a great weekend. Thank you, guys.